Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we have another unboxing. This one is from Goodwill. This costed $25 with $12 shipping, coming out to about $38 total. I got this box from the Goodwill eBay website, so it's a little more accessible to everybody from different countries if they want to buy. Just be aware of the shipping costs. So getting right into it, are seeing some vintage cards already, with some base set, unlimited, jungle, fossil, you name it, commons, uncommons. Now I'm only going to be price checking the more valuable stuff, which we do get some very, very valuable sought after cards. So for now, I'm just trying to keep things organized, setting all the older cards aside because that's mostly what we collect. As you can see, getting some shadowless stuff, maybe a little foreshadowing for what we get later. And while we're sorting through a lot of this stuff, I do want to explain that Goodwill doesn't really have an official eBay. It has different eBay accounts for different regions, so you kind of got to shop around if you're trying to get Pokemon cards from the Goodwill eBay website. And I am skipping through a lot of cards that are worth $1 to a couple dollars, even upwards of $4, $5, $6, because there's just so many, and we get quite a few valuable cards from this box. Coming up on some McDonald's promos. I personally like the McDonald's promos. I collect pretty much all promos, so that's just me. Still nothing too crazy, just some more vintage bulk, maybe a few rares here and there. Nothing crazy, nothing first edition yet. And our first edition shadowless Voltorb, and in pretty good condition. No major damages or whitening on that, and obviously condition is king for these old cards, but for continuity's sake we're going to be price checking everything in this video at raw value. And a shadowless Charmander, and a shadowless Charmeleon to go with that Charmander. If you made it this far into the video and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing. I got more of these boxes, if you can believe it, coming just about every week. I'm going to try to upload every unboxing from Goodwill. I'm always hunting cards from Goodwill, always opening boxes every week. And I've made a personal goal to myself that I will keep buying these boxes until I get a first edition base set Charizard. And that's probably going to take a really long time if it's going to happen at all. But we're having fun along the way. And our next first edition shadowless is a Vulpix. This one is an error card. It does have a light gray first edition stamp. Adds maybe a little bit of value as long as the condition of the card is good, possibly graded. And just about $38 for this Caterpie. Pretty much covers the box. Not sure why that one's a little more expensive than the other commons, but I checked on eBay and it does actually sell for around that price, or sometimes more for the raw card. And it's in pretty good condition. And we get a non-hollow Nidoqueen. I think what the Goodwill employees do is they cherry pick the hollows out of vintage cards, because I find non-hollow rares all the time of older cards in these specific types of boxes, but never any hollows. I don't really blame them though. I mean, if I was working minimum wage at Goodwill, there would be some, let's say, missing Pokemon cards from the inventory. And here it is, the Yellow Cheeks first edition Shadowless Gray Stamp Error Pikachu. Now this is a lower end estimate. With the gray stamp, it adds a little bit of value. The condition of this card is decent. There is a tiny bit of whitening on the back, as you can see here, but no major damages. Still in pretty good condition. Had to stop and show my girlfriend there. I was a little excited, but we'll fast forward through that. First edition Shadowless Dratini, just north of $50. A little bit of whitening on the corners, but not terrible. And some cool Japanese cards. Usually not as valuable unless certain sets, like the gym leader sets. And our next first edition Shadowless Poliwag. Then we have a first edition Shadowless Fighting Energy. Pretty much get a whole booster pack. Kind of lost count of how many we got, but it looks like there might just be a whole first edition Shadowless booster pack in here. And first edition Magmar. It is uncommon, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be more valuable than, let's say, a common. The most valuable commons are probably the starters and Pikachu. And those are pretty much more valuable than any uncommon in the set until you start getting into the rares and the hollows. And accidentally smacked my camera there, but you can just see the huge stacks of cards we're getting. First edition Shadowless Sandshrew. And we are getting a good chunk of just regular Shadowless cards. Usually not that expensive if they're just common cards. Probably not more expensive than like first edition Jungle or Fossil or something like that. And kind of cool, we get the Mew promo extra card, but no Mew in here, just that card that comes with it in the sealed packaging. And first edition Rattata, or however you pronounce it. I've heard people pronounce that so many different ways, like Rat-tat-tat or Ratata, whatever. Alright, approaching the end of the video here, last little stack. Total gain of just the price checked cards alone, $329.05. That's not counting all of the other cards that weren't price checked in this video. Once again, thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, consider liking and subscribing. Thanks again. Peace.